everyone, I'm Alekya Nelluri and this is my group members Elisha, Devraj, Nikita and Sonia. It's my pleasure and privilege to be here with all of you. Myself, proud and honored to be associated with such great group members. And firstly, I would like to thank Mr. Nicholas Black for giving me such an excellent opportunity to express my views and views in front of you. So, I would like to speak on the topic of global economy in transition. Explanation of the topic, I am going through this video introduction. This video is about the effects on economy and GDP of countries due to climate change and demographic factor. It also discussed the economic inequalities among countries. It included the discussion of innovation on economy and its effects on employment. It talks that countries in form reach the solution but not implemented them. And coming to the next key issues. In this video, they have discussed mainly about 5 things like climate change, demography, economic inequalities, innovation and policy action. Coming to the climate change, it affects on economy and gross domestic product. Demography, rising aging factors threaten to economy and economic inequalities among countries. Innovation, a key driver for a long run wealth. When come to the policy action, it just like walk the talk. And the fourth point, agriculture. Most of the agriculture subsidies contributes climate change and health, energy sectors to be part of the low carbon economy. And the final part, advanced and emerging economic facing the challenges of aging and declining population challenges. When coming to the goals, following goals are set up during the discussion in the panel. And the most important point is increases the use of renewable energies and help lesser developed countries who are emitting less carbons and impose carbon taxes on economics who are damaging climate. Proactive steps to be economic to tackle aging population. These are the 3 topics which I explained regarding to the topic of global economy in transition, like introduction, key issues and goals. So the next part of the topics are panelist discussion. Key issues of panelists were going to discuss by Devraj. Thanks for giving me such opportunity. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Alekya, for giving me this opportunity. And my part is panelist. The first panelist is Christina Georgieva. She is the chief executive of the World Bank and Washington, and she is the managing director of the International Monetary Fund. And she is always remember his work, her work towards humanity crisis, and she worked as a European Commissioner Vice President for Budget and Human Resource. And the next panelist is Haruhiko. He is from Japan. He is a current governor of the Japan, and he is a former president of the Asian Development Bank. He worked in many fields such as international finance, national and international tax, as well as service in the finance ministry office, including secretary of finance minister. The next panelist is the Kangyago. He is from South Africa. He is a governor of South Africa Reserve Bank and old president of the Republic of South Africa. He gets governor of the year award in 2018 because he did very good work for his company, and he has a very vast knowledge in various fields such as policy foundation, finance sector, policy sector, and public sector. And the last panelist is Mariana. She has a dual citizenship in USA and Italian. She is a very best economics. She is the economy of the innovation and public value, and the founder of Director Industrial Innovation and Public Purpose in UK. She did research in various fields, and she main focus on relationship between finance market and innovation and economic growth at the company, industry, and national level. Billion of money investing on renewable resources such as wind power, solar power, and new mobility, low carbon mobility. Low carbon mobility technologies such as hybrid and electronic vehicle would cut global spending around 230 billion, which would be quite good for the global effect on microeconomy, aging population, and workforce that put down huge pressure on the economic force. So most of the government and nation now focus on aging and demographic population conflict over issue. Youth, most of the youth are jobless and they cannot give their country to best. So it is very necessary. It is very necessary to invest on youth people, so they give their best to the country and they help to economic progress. We need to invest on ability and talent according to ability and according to their talent, so they can give their best to a nation, and young people are the source of young people are the best resource for any country. Without young people, country cannot progress very fast. And ignore issue. It is impossible to, if you don't have a home based innovative system within nation and city. It is very necessary to connection between science and industry, so they both combine and make progress very quickly. Next slide, please. The key issue of the panelists: what goals have been achieved? World Bank remove 300 billion subsidy, harmful subsidy from global, which is very good for country as well as environment. And another one is rise to higher commitment against climate action. World Bank took very good decision, and they rise very high decision against climate action, and they took very good action to tackle this situation. G20 so far set demographic adaptation as one of their crucial priority, because most of the country, most of advanced country and emerging country facing population and demographic problems. So G20, Japan took very crucial decision. In Japan, percentage of women contribution rising rapidly in labor force. Japanese people more focus on women contribution, so they help to develop their country. Japan able to produce large amount of workforce among G7 nation. Japan are doing very good in their increasing economics. What goals still need to be achieved? Still we need to remove 300 billion dangerous subsidy, which is very huge problem for the global for the nation. 200 billion invest would be in wind power and battery storage, solar power. China, Europe, and USA, top three renewable investor. They account 74% of global economy, global investment. And South Africa took very serious decision to increase their percentage of renewable energy. South Africa investment in hydropower, wind, geothermal gas, and solar. They are very fast progressing. Around 300 project went wrong on moon, mostly are unsuccessful. Women are living in extreme poverty and hunger. So most of the government are trying to help them, and they want to give them better food and house and health facility. How to achieve this goal in future? The first and foremost thing is completely remove harmful subsidies. It is very hard, but most of the government are trying to completely remove this thing. Introducing the carbon price would be a good for business, and it make a much more impressive. If most of the government are trying to cut tax on carbon, so investor invest in this field, and they can also raise their profit, and they help to economics. Need to expand skills based and think unique way. Education system. South Africa are trying to focus on the education, so they can make youth better and make them educated and give them a good knowledge about innovation technology. So they help their country to grow faster. Need to product people should concentrate on transition. It is very necessary to concentrate on people, not job. If we focus on people, then they give their best. It is essential to connect small firm with India. It is very necessary in this 20th century to focus on internet. So small firms should connect. Small firm will connect to net, so they make their business very fast. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, and thank you, Devraj. Actions often follow beliefs. If energy companies, investors, and policymakers believe future energy demand and supply structure will be same as today, they will invest and implement policy according, locking in the current situation, current system. If they believe rapid change is likely, they will invest in and legislate for new opportunities, speeding up the transition. The introduction to the Journal of Management Studies special issue on inequality argues that the ways we frame conversation about inequality reveals important information about how poverty and inequality have become institutionalized in modern society. We observe a distinct recent shift in the collective conversation about vulnerable populations in Western society away from poverty and towards inequality. We question why this shift has occurred and who benefits from it. Drawing from the provocative papers that popular the special issue, we describe how forms of talk can help create inequality, maintain it, and holds the potential to change it. We encourage new research that adopts a holistic reintegration of poverty and inequality by attending to the dirty realism of the violence of poverty and the dire consequences of internalized inequality. The empirical fact of inequality is beset by ongoing debates and unsolved questions. What is inequality? How do we measure it? Most critically, an Oxfam report presented at World Economic Forum last year reinforces the observation that we used to motivate the special issue. The wealth of world's 62 richest individuals equals that half world's poorest individuals. 3.5 billion people, Oxfam 2016b. When we announced the special issue, quoting Oxfam's 2014 data, we remarked that 85 individuals control such wealth. The quoting of Oxfam number was 388 in 2010. Please, the second slide. Therefore, an interconnected feedback loop between governments, technology, industries, finance, and society can increase speed of transition or slow it down. When it comes to climate, of the 10 ecological factors that can destabilize the planet's ecosystem, 3 have already exceeded their limit. The traditional prevailing view has been that equality or sustainability must come at the price of growth. Heady and Holt, 2009, point to wide variation in empirical analysis of the link between population growth and growth in per capita income due to different methods, control variables, and other factors. In the next section, statistical evidence on the long-term evolution of population, per capita output, and the total economic product for various regions and selected countries is laid out. This is followed by a review of theoretical and empirical analysis of the role of population in economic growth and a discussion of impacts of productivity increases and international migration on economic growth. The next 10 years will determine whether the rapid or the gradual scenario will play out. To see which narrative will prevail, watch the cost and growth rates of the key disruptive technologies: solar, wind, batteries, EVs, and green hydrogen. In policy, focus on whether politicians implement more rigorous action to meet global climate goals. Thank you. This is Winding Up Elisha, and the continuation of the presentation will be done by Ms. Nikita. Thank you.
Thank you, Alisha. Give me this nice opportunity. Myself, Patel Nikita, and my topic is a critical analysis. In our video, there are lots of issues, but we are explain two issues like climate change or demography. Climate change lead a global warming. The global warming is a big thing in a now generation. So if even in advanced economy will not be immune, which case declination of the GDP. If the global warming is up, then its effect on economic and then GDP, and if economic is grow, then GDP is grow. If economy is down, then GDP is down. So for that, for climate change, the action take should be done globally and move toward renewable energy through innovation, research, and development. Next is issue is a demographic change impact on labor force, physical condition, monetary policy, make a financial institution unsustainable. Thus, we have a risk of zero low bound. So, in advanced technology can increase the productivity, but this technology may be handed over to young generation that will enhance their skill, thus rational long term work, because the young generation is a future of the because young generation is the future of the young people, so we can give an opportunity to young generation. Thank you everyone. I give my next point to my friend Sonia.
Thanks for Nikita. Give me an opportunity to present my part. I am describing in front of you solution. They need to more focus on young people as well as old people. Government should make more efforts to make better future, to give proper training all age group. And according to their ability, so they give best to the country and help in economic sector. The second solution has been Japan government should more focus on population rather than innovation. Japan government should more focus on population rather than new innovation, because of without labor force they can not work and make new technology in the future. The third reason being Japan increases labor productivity as compared to other countries, in which we can make a solution. Japan increases labor productivity as compared to other countries like US and Germany in 5 to 6 years by using new technology to develop the growth. For example, if the Germany using new technology in the product activity with the help of 10 hearts and 10 peoples, they can't do the work without the labor, and it takes less time. The second part, my solution, as per the discussion in overall climate change, companies should have to adopt new technology. Therefore, in every country, aging should have to give the chance of young youth, so that they also get the chance to recognize themselves. Thank you so much for listening to us, and without your cooperate, it will never possible to express our views in front of you all. Thank you so much.